So, Adam Hangman Page has to save AEW. So, Hangman Page is facing Jon Moxley at AEW's biggest event, All In, Texas. It's going to be a huge event from what we hear. It's going to be at I think it's the AT&T Stadium in Texas. I don't know if it's a sellout, but that's a huge stadium. So that event, no doubt, will be a huge event. But Jon Moxley has held the AEW World Championship hostage, literally hostage. He's literally kept it in like the now it's a briefcase. I think at one point it might be like a backpack, but like a briefcase for so long. Like I almost forget what the world title even looks like, right? Because you never even see it on TV anymore. Moxley just keeps it in this briefcase in the Death Riders. And the Death Rider storyline, it's been done to death. It was always a bit weird, to be honest. Back when they were the Blackpool Combat Club, which was an awful name for a stable. And then they got rid of William Regal and they were still called the Blackpool Combat Club. Very weird. And then they became the Death Riders. It's been a very weird stable in general where they're not really a group for any other reason other than they just want to be bad guys and want to be in a group together, and they kind of just beat people up. There's really no other reason for them to be in a group other than that. And Moxley's been champion forever. He's been champion forever. He's racked up quite a few defenses, but all of these matches have been really poor. I think the crowning jewel was probably the match against Adam Copeland, which was just so boring. The ending was so bad as well. Really not been a good title reign and has really cost AEW. I'm really surprised that AEW have stuck with this storyline, stuck with this title reign for so long, because it's really not been working at all. And from early on, you could tell that if something doesn't change, this is going to be a really bad title run. And guess what? Nothing changed, and it was a really bad title run. And AEW, they've kind of just been floundering and waiting for that red-hot babyface to come and take the belt from Moxley, right? And I think we've finally got that with Hangman. Hangman is red-hot right now, and has been for a while, since the Swerve Strickland feud, when that was just a complete revival for his character. And if you look at AEW's history since it started, Hangman's almost like the main character. You take away Kenny Omega, take away Cody Rhodes. Hangman low-key is the main character. We've seen his rise to become world champion. We saw the fall after he lost the belt. And then you're sort of seeing the rise again now. He beat Strickland, he beat Swerve, and now he's going to win. Hopefully he wins the world title, right? He needs to win the world title at All In Texas. He has to. Because if he doesn't, I don't know what AEW is going to do. I know Darby Allin is supposed to be returning, so maybe they'll wait for him. But it's Hangman. Hangman's the guy it needs to be. On the recent Dynamite where Hangman gave the buckshot to Marina Shafir, that was probably the biggest reaction I've heard in AEW in a very long time. And that goes to show that you do need to be beating up women on shows more. But also, does go to show how over Hangman is, right? That is a lost art. We do need to be beating up more women on wrestling TV. That's a lost art, like I said, slut shaming them, beating them up. That's what we like to see, right? Particularly Hangman, giving that devastating move to Marina Shafir. Huge reaction by the fans, rightfully so. It was a huge move. That's what I like to see. I want to see more of that, right? Like I said, that was probably the biggest reaction I've heard any AEW wrestler get, any AEW anything get in a while. And if that's not your signal, it's not the only signal. Hangman's been getting red hot reactions for a long time now. Put the belt on him, bro. Put the belt on Hangman Page. If Darby Allin comes back, then do Moxley v Darby Allin. So you can still do that. That doesn't need a world title per se, right? What I think they should do is you have Hangman win the belt. You have MJF win the casino gauntlet thing, whatever that is. Have MJF win that. MJF fights for the title next. MJF and Hangman, they've already had amazing matches. They'll have another amazing match. And then you do Darby Allin v Moxley as a feature match on the next pay-per-view. Have that as a death match or a casket match or whatever. A gimmick match. Street fight, whatever. cage match, whatever. You know, that can still work. But Hangman, he's got to be the next world champion because Moxley's run's been going on for far too long. It's been boring. AEW, as far as I know, and from what I feel, like since Moxley's become champion, and it's such a shame because Moxley is so well liked by the fan base. It does kind of show how bad this is because fans don't want to hate Moxley. But it gets to a point where the run's been so badly, you've got no choice but to hate this guy. You know, we want something else, right? And like I said, I'm really shocked that AEW has stuck with this for so long because it's not been working. And I don't know AEW's TV ratings, I've not got that in front of me, but I can't imagine it's been doing well. Like, I stopped watching. I stopped watching before, but, you know, I stopped watching. It's only now that Hangman's, you know, gearing up to hopefully become world champion again, I've regained interest. So, we'll see. What do you guys think is going to happen at All In Texas? Do you think Moxley's going to win? Or do you think Hangman's going to win the world title? Be curious to know what you guys think. But yeah, another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.